For the law of the Spirit of life in Christ Jesus has made me free from the law of sin and death. For what the law could not do, in that it was weak through the flesh, God sending his own Son in the likeness of sinful flesh, and for sin, condemned sin in the flesh, that the righteousness of the law might be fulfilled in us, who walk not after the flesh, but after the Spirit. For they that are after the flesh do mind the things of the flesh, but they that are after the Spirit, the things of the Spirit.
I can see the signs now, cause my vision's clear. I can see the devil tempted when the Spirit's near. So I'm in the scriptures daily trying to change my life. All these years of being wrong, I'm trying to get it right. Being slow to anger, trying not to pop off. Being patient with my people when they go off. All judgment has been given to the Son. So with him, I've been trying to become one. All praises till I'm done. Trying to be his faithful servant, walking in this light. Keep my foot from darkness, walking out by sight. See his faith that's been moving that mountain that I've been struggling with. I'm glad I found him. The Messiah, the Christ, that's who I do it for. To give glory to the Father, that's what he did it for. He sacrificed, laid down his life, so we can be named blameless in the Father's sight.
No longer carnality, the Spirit is leading me, through his word my steps are ordered. In total control of me, where you lead I follow thee, through his word my steps are ordered.
Many are called, but few are chosen. Fighting with my flesh, trying to keep the Sabbath holy. Carnal versus spirit, the battle is real. Gotta play without ceasing, keeping his will. Cause see, we all fall short, but blessed is his mercy. Through his son, we can get it, just follow the verses. Cause sinning feel good, it pleases the flesh. But through the spirit there's life, the carnal is death. I've been drinking living waters, I'm feeling refreshed. I had to kill that old man to witness my best. I gotta study what I need to pass this test. Believing on his son, number one on the list. Now I gotta keep his law, hoping that I don't miss. If I do pray for forgiveness, don't do it again. I gotta keep my heart focused, don't follow the trend. Cause you cannot love this world when following him.
No longer carnality, the Spirit is leading me, through his word my steps are ordered. In total control of me, where you lead I follow thee, through his word my steps are ordered. In the Spirit I will follow you, where you lead me, through his word my steps are ordered. In the Spirit I will follow you, where you lead me, through his word my steps are ordered. In the Spirit I will follow you, where you lead me, through his word my steps are ordered. In the Spirit I will follow you, where you lead me, no longer carnality, the Spirit is leading me, through his word my steps are ordered. In total control of me, where you lead I follow thee, through his word my steps are ordered. And Lord, I will follow you. Through his word my steps are ordered.
Shabbat shalom, everybody. Shabbat shalom, everybody. It's your humble servant, D-Ro, the truth teller. Got my other half with me today.
Shabbat shalom, family.
It's Aquila Priscilla Ministries back with another lesson. And y'all see the title. But before we get into it, we're going to give all praise, all honor, and all glory to the God of this Bible, the God of Abraham, the God of Isaac, the God of Jacob, by way of his only begotten son, Yeshua HaMashiach, locally known as Jesus the Christ. All praise, all honor, and all glory. Like always, before we get started, I'm going to read Psalms 19, Psalms 14, and it reads, "Let the words of my mouth and the meditation of my heart be acceptable in thy sight, O Lord, my strength and my redeemer." Yeah. Amen. So again, we see the title, why shouldn't we celebrate birthdays and or align ourselves with zodiac signs. Want to give a shout out to my elder, Charlie Yah. He did a lesson about birthdays about a year or so back, man. And I think kind of went over folks' head. It kind of went over our head a little bit. But all praise to the Most High God. He has revealed some things to us, showed us some things, you know, and we just want to bring it before the people. Basically, I'm just gonna go ahead and say it. We gonna plead the case that celebrating birthdays is in fact self-worship, idol worship, and aligning yourself to these zodiac signs is in fact worshiping false gods. So we gonna look at that today, and I already know by the end of this lesson, you know, folks still feel like they should celebrate birthdays. Hey, that's on you. You know, hopefully, you know, the Ruach deal with you the way it dealt with us, and show us, you know, that even if you try to take away some of the customs, because what are some of the customs for birthdays? Gathering, feasting, drinking,
birthday cake candles,
singing a song, right? So we were on the tip, like if we take some of those out, gifts, right? If we take some of those out and don't indulge in the cake or the candles, we ain't singing a song, or you know, we're not doing this or we're not doing that. Even if you just say, oh, well, I'm going to have a drink, right? Who is that drink being toasted to? Are you toasting that drink to the Most High for thanking him for bringing you, you know, another year? Or is that drink being toasted to celebrate you and your day, quote unquote? So, you know, again, it's up to the individual, right? However, this is why Akira the Killer and Priscilla Ministries, we feel like you should not celebrate birthdays or align yourself to zodiac signs. And you can go look at the lesson, man, my brother Charlie Yah did, man. It's on the Order of Melchizedek Memphis site. What's the name of it? Abstain from any appearance of evil, right? That's how my brother titled it. But we just gonna tell you right on flat out, we shouldn't be celebrating birthdays and aligning ourselves with zodiac signs, right? So we're gonna get this started. This is our case. Let's start at Job 15. Job 15. And we're gonna do 14 through 16. Job 15. Because yeah, that birthday lesson not only ruffled feathers, but it went over some folks' head, man, and it kind of went over our head a little bit, you know. And I say I thank the Lord that He set us down and showed it, because we had to go through some things, you know, some conflicts and turmoil, you know,
and pulling away from something like self-worship. You don't even realize it. That can be hard.
That can be hard, man.
You don't just turn away from it.
That can be hard, and you start to see that these customs are in fact Babylonian. Like the lesson my brother's bringing out so eloquently. We don't even realize a lot of these customs that we are attached to are in fact Babylon, man. And birthdays is one of them. So we at Job 15, 14 through 16. If you got it, go ahead.
What is man that he should be clean? And he which is born of a woman that he should be righteous.
So that should be a question that you should ask yourself. Flags should come up. How is a man clean? Any man that's born from a woman, we all filthy. We're all dirty. So we should be checking our walk and checking our ways. Go ahead.
Behold, he putteth no trust in his saints.
Okay.
Yea, the heavens are not clean in his sight.
You see that? Even the heavens ain't clean in the sight. Right? Remember say new heavens and a new earth. So nothing is clean, man, because we just read in the last lesson about deception. Satan has came down and deceived everybody and everything, man. Go ahead.
How much more abominable and filthy is man, which drinketh iniquity like water.
See, we drink iniquity like water. We drink it like water. Sin to us is like a refreshment. It's like life to us. So again, you need to be questioning everything it is that you do, right? And making sure it's not in line with Babylon. Because these scriptures are gonna show you, man, that these zodiac signs that the Most High created, we don't get it twisted. He created them, but the sons of man worship them. We're gonna look at that. Let's go to Psalm 74. Let's get this foundation. Psalm 74. We filthy, man. Man is filthy, so we can't even trust ourselves. The Most High don't even trust the saints, and that the heavens is filthy to him. So how we gonna even trust ourselves and our reasoning, what we think is good? 74, Psalm 74, and do 12 through 18.
All right. For God is my king of old, working salvation in the midst of the earth.
Okay.
Thou didst divide the sea by thy strength.
Yep.
Thou breakest the heads of the dragons in the waters.
Okay.
Thou breakest the heads of Leviathan in pieces.
Okay, so just in case you was wondering, why elders and teachers be referring Leviathan to Satan, where you just read it, Leviathan to the dragon, we just read it. Go ahead.
And gavest him to be meat to the people inhabiting the wilderness.
Go ahead.
Thou didst cleave the fountain and the flood. Thou driest up mighty rivers.
Okay.
The day is thine.
You see that? The day is thine. It's not our day. You see that? It's not our month, our year. Nah. It says the day is thine. Go ahead.
The night also is thine.
The night also. So technically, we don't own nothing. We don't even own our bodies. Right? We're gonna read later on. Nothing is ours. Right? We just specks of dust, dirt. Let's get that understood. Go ahead.
Thou hast prepared the light and the sun.
Okay.
Thou hast set all the borders of the earth.
Okay.
Thou hast made summer and winter.
He made all that, right? He prepared the light and the sun. You see that? It is created. So why worship the creation as opposed to the creator? We're gonna get into all that. All right. Go ahead. Verse 18.
Remember this.
Remember this, people. Remember this. Go ahead.
That the enemy hath reproached,
okay,
O Lord, and that the foolish people have blasphemed thy name.
You see that? The enemy has reproached, and us, the foolish people, have blasphemed his name, right? By taking credit for our birthdays and putting ourselves on pedestals, right, on our born days. We have blasphemed his name, but it's Satan that has deceived us into thinking that this is okay, that this is cool, right? Shout out to everybody that's coming on to the chat. Shabbat shalom, Shabbat shalom. Let's get this food. Let's go to Psalms 58, 1 through 3. Psalms 58, 1 through 3. He prepared the sun and the moon, the stars, all this created, people. All this created, and it was created for a purpose, and the purpose was not to worship. So we have 58. We're gonna do 1 through 3. If you got it, go ahead.
Do ye indeed speak righteousness, O congregation?
Message, O congregation. You see, we've been the congregation, we've been the church since the prophets and the Psalms. That's another lesson. Go ahead.
Do ye judge uprightly, O ye sons of men?
Do we judge uprightly? Go ahead.
Yea, in heart ye work wickedness. Ye weigh the violence of your hands in the earth.
Okay.
The wicked are estranged from the womb.
Okay.
They go astray as soon as they be born, speaking lies.
You see that? Or estranged from the womb, right? From birth, we speak lies. From the birth, look at my child. He's gonna be a strong Sagittarius. That's a lie. Oh, look at my son. He was born October 13th. He a Libra. That's a lie. You see that? From birth, we associate ourselves with these zodiac signs, right? But that's a lie. You see? Let's go to Psalms 50. Let's go to Psalms 51. Psalms 51. Psalms 51. And we're gonna do 4 through 5.
Against thee only have I sinned, and done this evil in thy sight, that thou mightest be justified when thou speakest, and be clear when thou judgest.
You see that? We sin against him and him only when we put ourselves on that pedestal on our born day, right? And get to talking about this is my day, this is my month, this is my year, right? We get the transgression against him. But Satan has deceived us into thinking that that this is cool. It's okay to reverence your date of birth. And we're gonna look into that. It's okay to keep track of how many years you've been on this planet, but keeping track and honoring that day is two different things. Mm-hmm. Two different things. Go ahead.
Behold, I was shapen in iniquity, and in sin did my mother conceive me.
So we were shapen in iniquity, and we were all conceived in sin, whether your mother and father was married or not. We was all conceived in sin, man. Right. So again, we need to be questioning what it is we doing. What customs are we really following? It's celebrating birthdays. And I'm gonna say Israelite. I ain't gonna say Hebrew. I'm gonna say Israelite custom. It's celebrating birthdays and Israelite custom. Is aligning yourself with Zodiac signs and Israelite custom. It's 3 times you read about birthdays in these scriptures, and not once is it an Israelite keeping it. Romans 3, 23, 22, 23. Yes, sir, Elder Charlie. Yeah, iron sharpen iron. Yes, sir. All right, so we at Romans chapter 3. Romans chapter 3. And we're going to do 22 through 23.
All right. Even the righteousness of God, mm-hmm. which is by faith of Jesus Christ, mm-hmm. unto all and upon all them that believe. Mm-hmm. For there is no difference. For all have sinned and come short of the glory of God.
You see that? Even if you done gave all your faith and have faith in Christ, right? We have all sinned and came short of the glory of God. You see that? So with that being said, with that thought in mind, let's go look at what Samuel's mama said. Let's go to the book of Samuel, 1 Samuel, chapter 2. We have all sinned. We have all sinned and came short of the glory of God. So why do we think on our birthday we all good and we can be like, oh yeah, let's turn up? Why should we honor that day? And like I said, Samuel mama gonna put something on our mind, man. This is Samuel mama praying a prayer after she done had gave birth to the prophet. But look at what she say though. So we had Samuel chapter 2, and we're gonna do 2 through 3. Go ahead, feed them, baby.
There is none holy as the Lord, for there is none beside thee. Neither is there any rock like our God.
You see that? There is none holy other than the Lord. Not even you. Not even me, not even my wife, birthday coming up. None of us are holy, right? Other than the Lord. And there is no rock like our God. So your zodiac sign that you attach yourself to, right? That can't save you. That can't redeem you. That is not your rock. You see that? Verse 3.
Talk no more so exceeding proudly.
So ain't no more, this is my day. This is let's turn up. This is my month.
My week.
This is my week. This is my year. Talk no more proudly, man, because we have all came short of the glory of God, man. All of us was conceived in iniquity. All of us was conceived in sin and shaping in iniquity, man. So none of us can be up here talking about, look at me. Now don't get me wrong. Yes, we can give him honor and praise and glory for allowing us to see another year. Because yes, this is a beautiful time to be alive. Understand me before you misunderstand me. But thanking him for opening up your eyes to see another year and you glorifying it is two different things.
Because self-entitlement comes with that too.
There you go.
You feel entitled.
Oh,
people feel entitled.
Bring it out.
Which brings on pride.
Come on.
Yeah, it comes a lot. It's just a domino effect.
It's just the domino effect. And like my elder brought out when he brought the lesson out, you tend to unconsciously make folks stumble. Because when you saw us my birthday and people is on your comment talking about happy birthday, enjoy your day. Yeah. They're worshiping you now. Enjoy your day.
We just read the days. He is in the night.
Come on, man. So yeah, we
don't have a day.
We got to think about that, man. Go ahead.
Let not arrogancy come out of your mouth.
Let not arrogancy come out of your mouth. We got to be humble. Go ahead.
For the Lord is a God of knowledge, and by him actions are weighed.
And by him your actions are weighed. So if your actions is worshiping yourself, how do you think he's going to weigh your judgment? Because you just broke the first commandment. Thou shalt not worship no other God before me. You see that? And us Israelites, and yes, I'm saying Israelites because there's a lot of Hebrews that are not under this same covenant that these Israelites are under. So it don't matter about these other Hebrews. It's these Israelites, right, that are under this covenant that have their own customs and beliefs and ways. So you got to ask yourself, is me celebrating birthdays and aligning myself to Libra, is that a custom of my ancient father Jacob? Is that a custom of my master Christ? Do we ever see when we're going to get into it? Let's go to the next one. Amos, chapter 3. And that's why I say Israelite, because Amos spell it out for us. This is why we got to be real careful about what we doing.
Yes.
Yeah, we're going to get into that, brother. Isaiah. Don't even trip. We gonna touch on that, man.
Sleep thinking about that.
we gonna touch on that, brother Isaiah. That's why the Most High sanctified days for us to do this. Because when you're doing this in His day, then this shouldn't even be a problem. However, if you're doing this on quote unquote your day, right, this can become a problem. This drinking and you feel me. So let's go to Amos 2:3. If you got it, go ahead and feed it.
Hear this word that the Lord has spoken against you.
Against who?
O children of Israel.
Children of Israel.
Against the whole family which I brought up from the land of Egypt, saying, you only have I known of all the families of the earth. Therefore, I will punish you for all your iniquities.
You see that? Only you have I known. Out of all the families on the earth, therefore I will punish you for your iniquities. Out of all the families on the earth, only you have I known. So if we getting out here talking about, talking about happy birthday this and I'm Cancer this, I'm Sagittarius this, we gonna have a problem. That's why we in a position that we in today, because we go to these palm readers, we go to these medians, and we call up these psychics, right? And we still in the same position. We ain't nothing changed. It's going to get worse, and it's gonna get worse. Shabbat shalom, brother Tuvi. Congratulations again, brother. See you in your house. Congratulations. So yeah, only you have he known, Israel. Right. That's why it's important for us to detach from Babylon. That's why the Spirit done put on the elder to show you all different facets of Babylon, man. So ain't gonna be no excuse. And we're here to tell you that birthdays and zodiac signs, horoscopes, all that is Babylonian as well. It's Babylonian as well, man. Proverbs. Let's go to Proverbs. I'm sorry, Psalms 90. Psalms 90. Psalms 90. Elder Yaakov in the building. Shabbat shalom, brother.
Shalom.
Shabbat shalom, my brother. So we have Psalms 90. We're going to 9 through 10. All right. We're going to get into it.
For all our ways are passed away in thy wrath. We spend our years as a tale that is told.
We spend our years as a tale that is told, meaning, hey, it's nothing, man. Our lives just a tale, man. It goes by like that. You see that? Go ahead.
The days of our years are 80 years and 10.
Okay.
And if by reason of strength they be 80 years.
Okay.
Yet is their strength labor and sorrow, for it is soon cut off and we fly away. So
this is why we say, yeah, it's not a sin to keep track of your years, because if the Most High is telling me that I only got 70 years and by strength, a little more, then yeah, I'm gonna keep track. Okay, I'm 45. I mean, I got about 15, 25 of these things left. You know what I'm saying? But keeping track and honoring it is two different things. It's like a man that's in prison, right? He marked every day in his cell. He got a little, a knife or a pen or something. He marking, okay, I've been here one day. You see? Mm-hmm. So yeah, we can mark the days of this prison. However, worshiping it and getting people to worship you and exalting yourself on this day, and that's Babylonian.
Yeah. And you skip down to verse 12 though.
Bring it out.
So teach us to number our days that we may apply our hearts unto wisdom.
Yeah, so teach us
why we should be keeping track.
Yeah, to apply our hearts to wisdom, to know, okay, he gonna give me 70, but let me see if I can get some good works in here. Maybe ask for a little bit more. Yeah, that's applying your heart to the wisdom. Maybe if I honor my mother and my father, my days would be a little longer. You see, this is why we're supposed to keep track, and that's why it teaches us to number them. But you're not going to find where he say, "Oh yeah, worship." Right? Go kill the fat lamb and have a party. Yeah, we're not gonna read that. Right? So let's go look at this. The days, because that's one of the things, and these are the aspects we're gonna look at, right? Earlier we called out some of the customs of birthdays, right? Right. So this is we're not gonna look at all of them. Like you can look at the birthday cake, the song, you can look at all that, but we're only gonna look at a few. We're gonna look at the partying part, right? We're gonna look at the day. Oh, this is my day, this is my year, my month, right? And we're gonna look at the zodiac signs. All right. So let's start. We're gonna start with the day, right? Leviticus 23, 1-4, because he gave us days, right, that we should honor and that we should keep and that we should worship him.
That's right.
So we have Leviticus 23, we're going to do 1-4. You got it, go ahead.
And the Lord spake unto Moses, saying, Speak unto the children of Israel, and say unto them.
Speak unto who?
The children of Israel.
Praise.
And say unto them, concerning the feast of the Lord, which ye shall proclaim to be holy convocations, even these are my feasts.
The feast of who?
Holy convocation.
The feast of the Lord, right?
Yes.
Feast of the Lord. So again, he has given us specific times, days, and seasons where we're supposed to have feast unto him, right? So you got to ask yourself, if we haven't feast on any other days or in any other seasons other than what we're reading right here, who are you feasting to and what are you feasting for? You see that? That's a question we got to ask ourselves. Now, if your wife want to make dinner on Sunday and call the family over and feed the family, right, and entertain the family, right, before you do that, who we praying to the Most High, thanking him for this food, right? And this food is to feed our family and to entertain our family. I can't see where that's wrong. However, when you on your so-called quote-unquote day wake up and spark the grill up and call everybody else over here or make reservations at a restaurant and call everybody over to congregate and to meet and to mingle and to drink and feast, who is that for? You see?
Right.
Go ahead. Was that it?
And we on 3.
Go ahead.
6 days shall work be done, but the 7th day is the Sabbath of rest.
Yep.
And holy convocation.
Yep.
You shall do no work therein.
Okay.
It is the Sabbath of the Lord in all your dwellings.
Okay.
These are the feasts of the Lord.
These are the feasts of the Lord. Go ahead.
Even holy convocations.
Even holy convocations. Yeah. Why are these convocations holy? Because these aren't just average parties. People aren't coming to these congregating just to get drunk and listen to music. That's not what these feasts to the Lord are about.
And in honor or worship of another person.
Or in honor or worship of another person. You know, so we got to be careful with that when we're having our feasts, right? These are for the Lord. Go ahead.
Which ye shall proclaim in their seasons.
In their seasons. And not one of you, we're not going to read it all, but you can go ahead and read it on your own time. Not one of these seasons is going to say, okay, on your day that you was born, right? Call up your friends and family and slaughter the fat cow. And you're not going to read that. Let's go to Ezekiel 20, 10 through 12. Ezekiel 20, 10 through 12. Ezekiel 20, 10 through 12.
Almost there.
How you feel, baby? Take time.
Ezekiel 20.
10 through 12.
All right. Wherefore I caused them to go forth out of the land of Egypt and brought them into the wilderness.
Okay.
And I gave them my statutes and showed them my judgments.
Yes.
With which if a man do, he shall even live in them.
He said, I showed them my statutes and he showed them my judgments. Birthdays and zodiac signs was not in them statutes and in them judgments. And just like me and my real were talking earlier, it's a lot of things that are attached to Babylon, man. A lot. It ain't just birthdays, man. It's a lot of things that we do that we don't even know that this Babylon brought this to us.
That's right.
You see what I'm saying? So you got to be real careful of what you doing out here, how you moving out here, man. Go ahead.
And I gave them my statutes and showed. Okay, we did that one already. Verse 12.
Yep.
Moreover, also I gave them my Sabbaths.
My Sabbaths, plural, to let you know that those feast days is Sabbaths, man. New moons is Sabbaths. You know, these are our customs, and not one. Your birthday is not a Sabbath.
Well,
it's not.
Keep their birthdays. We'll kick against keeping the.
Come
Sabbath.
on, man.
He gave us those.
Nah, he didn't give you your birthday. Go ahead.
To be a sign between me and them, that they might know that I am the Lord that sanctify them.
He gave you Sabbaths to show a sign between us and him. He didn't say that your birthday is a sign between me and you. You see that? So let's go look at this, man. Like I said, hey, birthdays is a Babylonian custom. So we're gonna look at one of these birthdays. You see something? Okay.
Well, it's kind of going with how they started acting.
Oh, okay, yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
So, like I said, birthdays is a Babylonian custom, and my brother brought this out in his lesson, right, about Job, because we're gonna go look at the birthday parties that his first children had, right, and this is why I say this is a Babylonian custom, because we're going to look into what ethnicity Job was, or what nationality Job was. You see what I'm saying? Because with that understanding, it makes a whole lot of sense when we go back and read what his sons and daughters was doing. Right? All right, so let's go. We're going Testament of Job, page, what is that? 839. We're going to do chapter 1. Chapter 1. What are we doing? 5 through 7. All right, so let me get there right quick. All right, there you go. So we reading Testament of Job 1 through 5. This is volume 1 of the pseudepigrapha, pages 839 through 840. If you're ready, baby, go ahead.
I am your father, Job.
Yep.
Fully engaged in endurance.
Okay.
But you are a chosen and honored race from the seed of Jacob.
Now, real quick. This is, and he's going to explain this to you, but this is Job talking to his children, his second set of children, after he went through the destruction and the Most High allowed Satan to take his first 10 children and his first wife away, right? This is his second wife and second children. And like my brother eloquently brought out in his lesson, Job lived in the time of the 12 patriarchs, right? Jacob's 12 sons were on the earth at this time, right? So this is, okay, go ahead and read.
The father of your mother, for I am from the sons of Esau, the brother of Jacob.
You see that?
Of whom your mother is, of whom is your mother Dinah.
You see that? So these kids that he's talking to, right? His kids that he's talking to now were birthed from Dinah. Now we know, remember who Dinah is, right? Jacob's daughter that got defiled by, I think it was Shechem, or can't remember their names. And Levi and Simeon went and destroyed the whole city behind their sister Dinah. So this is who Job remarried after he went through his endurance that he's talking about. All right, go ahead.
Of whom is your mother Dinah?
Right.
from whom I begot you.
Right.
My former wife died with the other 10 children in a bitter death.
Okay.
So hear me, children,
Okay.
and I will show you the things which have befallen me.
Okay. So now he's about to go. We're not going to read it though, but Job is about to tell his children what happened to him and how he got to this point that he's at. Right. So basically, he's about to tell them this. Go to Job 1-4. I'm sorry, chapter 1. We're going to read 4-5. Job just start to tell his kids what he went through. So now, with that in mind, knowing that Job is an Edomite and his first children were Edomites, you see that? They didn't have the customs of Israelites, although they were Hebrews, right? Because is not Esau, in fact, a Hebrew coming from the loins of Jacob? This is why it's important that you hone in on Israelites. You see what I'm saying? That's what makes you separate and distinct. You see? So these first kids of Job were Edomites. All right. So we at Job 1, and we're going to read 4-5.
And his sons went and feasted in their houses, everyone his day.
Everyone his day. That's key. Everyone his day. We're going to look at his day and what that is. All right. Go ahead.
And sent and called for their 3 sisters to eat and to drink with them.
So everyone his day, right, feasted. All his sons, these 10 sons, feasted on his day and called their sisters to eat and to drink with them on his day. All right, go ahead.
And it was so when the days of their feasting were going about that Job sent and sanctified them.
Okay.
And rose up early in the morning and offered burnt offerings according to the number of them all.
Okay.
For Job said, it may be that my sons have sinned and cursed God in their hearts. Thus did Job continually.
Now we already know Job didn't follow the customs of the Edomites. You see, for whatever reason, Job followed the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. That's why I said, hey, the Most High can use anybody, right? But he did not once go to the children of Edom and say, yo, I am your God. You see, this is why we get Job thought that it may be that his sons had sinned, because he know that they don't follow the customs of the Most High God. So when they get their feasting zone and they drinking zone, who are they drinking to? Who are they feasting to? Right? So this is why Job done this. Again, because he know his sons don't follow his customs, man. Just like some of our kids today, we in this truth. Some of our kids are grown. We try to tell them what's going on, but hey, they do their own thing. They do their own thing. And we pray for them.
Every day.
We pray for them. Hey, Lord, have mercy on them. This is what Job is going through right now. You see that? Let's go to Job 3, 1-4 to get the understanding of what his day is. Everyone on his day. Job 3, 1-4. If you got it, go ahead.
After this opened Job his mouth and cursed his day.
Okay.
And Job spake and said.
So Job cursed his day. What did he spake and say?
Let the day perish wherein I was born.
So that's his day or her day. The day you was born. So that's what they was doing. On his day, on the day that his children or his sons were born, they would feast and they would have drinks and they would party, basically. Right? But we just read in Ezekiel and Leviticus, he designated feast days for us, and birthdays wasn't one of them. You see that? Go ahead.
And the night in which it was said, there is a man child conceived.
Right.
We just said that was a sin.
You see that?
That was more than a sin.
You see?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Let that day be darkness.
Let that day that I was born into this sinful flesh, into this sinful body, be darkness. So why is it that we honor this day and celebrate this day? You see? And I'm not saying that his children were destroyed or killed for celebrating them birthdays, because when you go back and read that testament of Job, right, Satan told him what he was going to do, right? What I'm saying is, what we're saying here at Killing Priscilla Ministries, if you're celebrating birthdays, that is in fact wicked, and you do have a judgment coming, right? Go ahead.
Let not God regard it from above, neither let the light shine upon it.
He said, don't let God regard the day that you was born from above. Man, he ain't even remember that. He ain't even really tripping on that. And we're gonna look at some. Look, go to Hebrews. Go to Hebrews. Go to Hebrews. What the scriptures think about the day you was born, man. It's not about the day you was born, right? Because think about it. If it was about that, we'd be celebrating Christ's birthday. We think it's December 25th. Folks think it's December 25th, but that's not. Christ didn't celebrate his birthday. If anybody should be celebrating his birthday, it would be him. But look at what Hebrews say, though. Hebrews 2:9-14. We don't even read about this man celebrating his birthday. We don't even read about him talking about, hey, Paul, happy birthday. hey, Timothy, it's your birthday today, man. Happy birthday. Let's go get some lamb and fry it up. And no, man. Hebrews 2. Hebrews 2:9-14. Is that right? Hold on, let me get there and make sure that's right. Yes. Okay. Go ahead.
But we see Jesus, who was made a little lower than the angels for the suffering of death.
For the suffering of death. Okay, go ahead.
Crowned with glory and honor, that he by the grace of God should taste death for every man.
By death, he was crowned with glory and honor. Like me and my rib was talking about this during the week. We was coming up this lesson, right? Yes, we are happy that the Messiah was born. Yes. However, the Messiah, if he wasn't the chosen seed, if he could have went off, and if he didn't die and fulfill the prophecy, we'd be showed. Yeah. We'd be showed. So yeah, he was born, all praises, but he still had to die, man. The death is what made us free. The death is what washes away our sins. You see that? Not the birth. Go ahead.
For it became him for whom are all things, and by whom are all things,
right?
And bringing many sons into glory.
Okay.
To make the captain of their salvation perfect through suffering.
Perfect through sufferings. Salvations came through him suffering and dying, not being born. So why are we celebrating our day of birth? Right? We worshiping ourselves. We got to stop that. Like my brother brought out in his lesson. The Egyptians worshiped their birthday, but it was the day that they become gods, man. It wasn't the day that they was actually born or broke the matrix. It's the day that they become gods. See? So at the root of all this is self-worship. This is idolatry. This is why Satan is so slick, man. Right? To get us, okay, if you don't want to worship no church, if you don't want to worship no denomination, right? You atheist, but you celebrate your birthday, you worshiping him. He got you. You see? That's how slick he is, man. Go ahead.
For both he that sanctified and they who are sanctified are all of one.
All of one, right? So if we all of one, he who sanctified us and us that are sanctified, if we all one, we all should be celebrating your birthday. Everybody, even them up in the heavens, should be celebrating everybody's birthday.
Celebrating
every day.
A different person.
Come on, man.
Yeah.
Nah, man, because it's not about that.
Shabbat?
Even on the Shabbat.
Okay.
So if your birthday falls on Shabbat, that's a high day. My birthday fall on
so your day trump.
So your day trump the Shabbat. Nah, man. Nah. Go ahead.
For which cause he is not ashamed to call them brethren.
Okay.
Saying, I will declare thy name unto my brethren. In the midst of the church will I sing praise unto thee. 14. Yep. And again, I will put my trust in him. And again, behold, I and the children which God hath given me.
Go ahead.
For as much then as the children are partakers of flesh and blood, he also himself likewise took part of the same.
He had to become flesh and blood, right? But not born, right? Yeah, he had to be born, but he also had to die, man, because if he was just being born, if he was just born and just walked this thing out and didn't die, we still be showed, like I said. Look, this is what 14 say. The rest of 14, go ahead.
That through death, death.
Okay.
He might destroy him that had the power of death, that is the devil.
You see that? He had to die, man, to take the power back from Satan, that Satan has the power of death. He had to take that back. But Satan is still using that, man, by getting us to worship him any and every way he can. You see that? Let's look at this some more. See, it was death, man, that washes us. It was death that brings us closer to the Most High, not the birth, right? He bought us, right? So let's go look at this. He bought us with his death, man. So just like the night is his and the day is his, you are his. You don't even belong to you.
Mm-hmm.
So you can't even say this is my day. This is my month. This is no, you can't even say that. Where we at? 1 Corinthians 6 and do 19 through 20. You got to go ahead and get to them.
What? Know ye not that your body is the temple of the Holy Ghost, which is in you, which ye have of God, and ye are not of your own?
Yep.
For ye are bought with a price.
Just what we just read in Hebrews, man. What he did with that blood, with that death, with that suffering, he bought you. You are no longer you. I'm sorry, yours. You never was anyway, but we don't belong to us, man. So we just can't do what we want to do all willy-nilly. Go ahead.
Therefore, glorify God in your body.
Glorify God in your body, not you, not yourself. And don't get others to glorify you.
That's right.
You see that? Oh, enjoy your day. It's your time, baby. No, it's not.
And get mad if you don't give them something.
Come on and get mad. We just went through that.
It's never enough.
See, that's another thing. I love my God, man, because he allows you. Okay, if you don't get it, I'm gonna show you. Because when my brother first brought this out, right, we got it, but we didn't get it.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? So the Most High, like, okay, since you don't get it, I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna show you, and I appreciate the fact that he has mercy enough to see where we going off, but still give us space to get it right. You see what I'm saying? And that's what happens, man. You don't give the glory to him. You see what I'm saying? You take glory. We're gonna look at that. What happens when you take glory? You see what I'm saying? When you take just a 0.2 of glory from him, 0.1, a tenth of the glory from him, what happens? Go ahead.
Therefore, glorify God in your body and in your spirit, which are God's.
And in your spirit. And in your spirit, which are God's. Both your body, your soul, and your spirit is his, man. It belongs to him. So this ain't your day. This ain't your month. That ain't your Zodiac sign. That's just them demons knowing you, so they gonna tell you what you want to hear. Man. That's a Babylonian custom. 1 Corinthians 15, 41 through 46. 1 Corinthians 15, 41 through 46.
There is one glory of the sun, and another glory of the moon, and another glory of the stars.
Yep.
For one star differeth from another star in glory.
Okay.
So also is the resurrection of the dead.
See that's what we need to be looking forward to. Being resurrected, right, into uncorruptibleness, as opposed to celebrating being born into sin and iniquity. Go ahead.
It is sown in corruption.
Okay.
It is raised in incorruption.
It is sown in corruption. Death is sown in corruption. Just like we read, we are conceived in sin. Why are we celebrating this? Go ahead.
It is sown in dishonor.
Okay.
It is raised in glory.
It is sown in dishonor. Because there's no way you can honor the Father in this flesh. So why are we honoring the day that we was born into this flesh?
That's right.
Go ahead.
It is sown in weakness.
Okay.
It is raised in power.
See that? We are weak, man, because we allow Satan to deceive us and to get us to worship him in every single way. Go ahead.
It is sown a natural body.
Okay.
It is raised a spiritual body.
Go ahead.
There is a natural body and there is a spiritual body.
There's a natural body and a spiritual body. Which one would you rather celebrate or have honor with? Your natural body that's going to die away, and your soul, if you don't get it right with it, or the spiritual body? Go ahead.
And so it is written. The first man, Adam, was made a living soul.
Okay.
The last Adam was made a quickening spirit.
Okay.
Howbeit, that was not first, which is spiritual.
Okay.
But that which is natural.
Okay.
And afterward, that which is spiritual.
See that? Natural came first because of sin. So now we in this natural fleshly body, man, that we put on pedestals, that we worship, that we honor, that we celebrate. Why? Because that's a Babylonian custom, man. And that's Satan getting you to commit idolatry. That's what that is. 2 Corinthians. Birthdays, celebrating birthdays is idolatry, man. If you want to acknowledge, we were just talking about this. The best thing you can do on your birthday, your spouse or your family, you say, hey, thank the Most High, man, for allowing you to see another year.
Yeah.
And that's it. Not even happy birthday. Hey, man, we thank the Most High for allowing you to see another year. Because it's that serious.
Yeah.
Idolatry is breaking, worshiping that's one of the main things he will punish you against. Idolatry, man.
And if the world is doing it and saying it,
come on, man.
I mean,
that should be a red flag right there.
That should be the red flag.
That should be a red flag right there. 2 Corinthians 5, 5 through 9. And if you're ready, go ahead.
Now he that hath wrought us for the self same thing is Yah.
Okay.
Who also have given unto us the earnest of the Spirit.
Yep.
Therefore, we are always confident, knowing that whilst we are at home in the body, we are absent from the Lord.
So while we're at home in this body, we're absent from the Lord. So why are we celebrating this? We want to get out of this body, man. Because we know as long as we're in this body, we can't worship and serve the Lord like we're supposed to. So why are we celebrating it? Why are we celebrating being born into this body? Go ahead.
Verse 9. Yeah. Wherefore we labor, that whether present or absent, we may be accepted of him.
No, that whether present or absent, that we be accepted by him. Because even in this body, right, we can be accepted. But I'm telling you right now, worshiping yourself and making yourself an idol is not being accepted by him. You aligning yourself with these zodiac signs is not being accepted by him. 1 John 3:2. 1 John 3:2. Yes, sir. Idolatry, man. And it's real subtle. These birthdays is real subtle, especially when you take away the cake, take away the ice cream, the candles,
the obvious
things.
Yeah.
Right. But when you really get in these scriptures and see the very action, the very even acknowledgement of this being your day in that way, it's idolatry. Because it's not. We just read none of this belongs to us. Our praises. Yes, sir. Y'all see the scripts in the chat. Our praises, brother Eliyahu. Y'all go check them out, man. Idolatry is one of the main sins, man, that he hate, man. Don't get me wrong, he hate all sin now, but idolatry is top on the list, man. Especially when it's to other gods and yourself, man. Come on, man. Knowing we can't do nothing. We can't deliver ourselves. These zodiac signs towards the bull can't deliver you. But you do everything towards the bull tell you when you wake up and read. Come on, man. 1 John chapter 3, verse 2. You got it.
Read that 2 and 16 too.
Where we at? 1 John 2 and 16?
Yeah.
Go ahead, read it. This is first we're going to read 1 John 2 and 16, and then we're going to go to the 1 John 3 and 2. Go ahead.
For all that is in the world, the lust of the flesh, and the lust of the eyes, and the pride of life, is not of the Father, but is of the world. That's
birthdays in a nutshell, right?
Yeah.
Right there.
Yep.
That it's not of God, man. That's of the world.
Yep. And that's how we feel when it's quote unquote our day.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right. We lust after going to get that drink. I remember. Well, I ain't go back when I was celebrating birthdays. Hey, yeah, we that's what we did, man. We got drunk and just did all kind of crazy stuff. You see what I'm saying?
Now it's how many people posting on your Facebook page, "Happy birthday." Oh, well, Susie didn't put nothing.
Come on, man.
Yeah, it just It's a spiral.
Don't nobody owe you nothing. Don't nobody owe me nothing.
That's right.
Don't nobody owe my wife nothing.
Nope.
We don't owe her nothing. We don't owe him nothing, man.
That's right.
We owe the Most High God.
That's it.
Our service. That's it, man. 1 John 3, verse 2.
All right. Beloved, now are we the sons of God, and it does not yet appear what we shall be.
Right. It hasn't appeared what we gonna be yet. So ain't no need in glorifying this. Ain't no need in celebrating this, right? Because even those of us that have said, yes, Christ is our Savior, Christ is my strength, and are trying and walking in his way to the best of their ability, we still are not what we are going to be. So we are not to celebrate this, man. We still got to endure. Like Job said, yeah, I mean, hey, I'm prime example of endurance. This is what we got to do, man, endure. So ain't nothing to celebrate about, being born. Go ahead.
But we know that when he shall appear, we shall be like him.
Okay.
For we shall see him as he is.
See that? When he appeared, then now we can celebrate. Oh, that's your birthday, becoming God's, man.
Oh.
The day he come and change your body in the twinkle of an eye.
Yeah.
Or you die in this thing and he raised you up and say, well done, my good and faithful servant. Yeah. That's your true birthday. Becoming God, as he say in Psalms. Like he said, when you see him, you will be like him. You know, and understand for you misunderstand. No, I ain't saying you're gonna be like God now. We ain't never gonna be like God now. Understand me. But yes, we're gonna look like him, man. We're gonna have the body as him. We're gonna be able to take on understanding.
So he can look at you and say, well done,
right,
good and faithful servant.
Right.
Yeah.
He can't look at us right now. That's why that rainbow right there. He can't even look at the Father, cannot even look at us right now, man. He'll kill us. Even those that have said, yes, Christ is my Lord and Savior. If the Father looked at you, he would kill you because we're still in this flesh. Straight like that. Let's go to Job. It ain't about our day, man. You don't worship that day. Job 14:1. Job 14:1.
Man that is born of a woman is a few days.
It's a few days. So that's why, you keep track of them. Because they few. But what it say?
And full of trouble.
And full of trouble. So why are we celebrating this, man? Why are we celebrating this? You see? And just in case you thought you still on the fence, let's go to Ecclesiastes 7:1. Ecclesiastes 7:1. And then we're going to look at another aspect of the birthday. Ecclesiastes 7:1.
A good name is better than precious ointment, and the day of death than the day of one's birth.
You see that? The day of death, says the wise Solomon, the wisest man that ever walked the face of this planet, said that death, the day that you die, is better than the day that you were born. Now, all that we just read about the resurrection, right? About what Christ done, about when we gonna be like him when we see him, that should tell you why. In order for us to go through that, we're gonna have to die. You're gonna have to die, man. And I'm not just talking about that old man. No, physically die. Everybody has to physically die in order to really receive these promises, man. So why are we celebrating this birthday? Is my question. Nah, man. It ain't about the day you was born. It's about the day that you die, man, and become one with Christ. That's what it's about. Let's look at another aspect. Look at this party. And then my brother brought up earlier. Let's look at this party. Let's go to Galatians 5:21. Galatians 5:21. We're going to read something real quick. Hold on, let me get there. Galatians 5:1.
5:21.
Is it? Yeah, 5:20. I'm sorry.
Oh, that's the one I told you.
Yep, that's what we about to go into that. Galatians 5:21. Hold on, let me pull this up because I want to give y'all something. All right, if you got it, baby, go ahead.
Envyings, murders, drunkenness, revelings,
Revelings.
and such like of the which I tell you before, as I have also told you in time past, that they which do such things shall not inherit the kingdom of God.
So revelings shall not inherit the kingdom of God. Revelings is G2970. G2970. Right? It says, a nocturnal and riotous procession of half-drunken and frolicsome, that's just another way of saying when you frolic around, promiscuousness, fellows who after supper parade through the streets with torches and music in honor of Bacchus or some other deity, and sing and play before houses of male and female friends, hence used generally of feast and drinking parties that are protracted till late at night and indulge in revelry. All right. So again, due to the internet situation, man, here I ain't gonna bring it up, but like I said, this is G2970. And you can go read this for yourself about reveling, right? And did you put that in the chat? Not yet. Okay, cool. Let's go look at when the children of Israel were indulged in reveling, and then we're gonna read something for y'all. So let's go to Exodus 32. Exodus 32 says, I know we read this all the time, but let's go look at this. Exodus 32. Exodus 32, we're gonna read verse 6. And we know what this story is about. We came here, the children of Israel is Moses up in the mountain, and they done built the calf, worshiping the calf, right? And they got into an act of reveling. All right, so let's look at this. Exodus 32:6. You got to go ahead.
And they rose up early on the morrow and offered burnt offerings and brought peace offerings.
Okay.
And the people sat down to eat and drink and rose up to play.
Now think about birthday parties, right? What do you do? Like we said earlier, what do you do at birthday parties? Feast, drink, right? Some birthday parties get out of hand, right? Especially adult birthday parties. Some of them are themed, right? Some of them are pajama jammy jams, and think about this, man. Rose up to play, right? So we're gonna read something about reveling. All right. So my wife's gonna read something, and she's gonna put the link to what she's reading in the chat, so that you guys can go here on your own and see where we got this from. All right. You ready? Go ahead, babe.
Yeah. So I just wanted to give him a thing. I was looking up the word reveling, and I came across this article, just the definition of reveling, and it said, what sort of pagan revelry did the Israelites indulge in? And it referenced out of the book of Exodus 32:6.
What we just read.
Okay. It says in Exodus 32, Moses returns from talking with the Lord on the mountain and finds that the Israelites have turned to sinful acts. Verse 6 says, the people rose up early and sacrificed burnt offerings and presented fellowship offerings. Afterward, they sat down to eat and drink and got up to indulge in revelry.
Okay.
What exactly was this revelry that followed the Israelites' feast? The context helps identify the main actions that offended the Lord.
Okay.
First, verse 4 notes that the people gave offerings to a golden calf.
People gave offerings to the golden calf. Now ask yourself, when you throw your birthday party, are you that golden calf? You just became that idol, right? Because people are gathering, dancing, eating, drinking because of you, before you. Go ahead.
They had already broken the first 10 commandments before Moses had even returned with them.
Yep.
And verse 6 mentions that feasting and drinking were part of the festivities. Second, Moses had identified the noise emanating from the camp as the sounding of singing, which is Exodus 32:18.
Yep.
In their pagan revelries, the people of Israel were singing songs of adoration to the golden calf. In the not so distant past, they had been singing praise to the Lord after he had led them safely through the Red Sea.
And see, just a lot of us, give praise to Christ, say we love Jesus, say we want to do his ways, but then indulge in this. You see that? Throw parties for our birthday to indulge in this. And then think about the music that's being played at these parties. Is it music to edify or glorify the Most High? No, a lot of times it's music, promiscuousness music to get you in that type of spirit, or music to get you in the type of spirit to do drugs and or to turn up.
Say word, get lit.
You know, come on, man. Yeah. Do what thou wilt. You see, that's what. So again, man, even if you take all these customs away from the birthday, it's still the roots, the spirit of it is idolatry, man. Because the birthday parties is the same way what these people was doing with this golden calf, man. Same thing. Go ahead.
Now their tune had changed. Third, the people of Israel danced as part of their celebration of the golden calf. Verse 19 says, when Moses approached the camp and saw the calf and the dancing, his anger burned, and he threw the tablets out of his hand, breaking them to pieces at the foot of the mountain. Dancing per se is not noted as wrong, but dancing in celebration of an idol made Moses and God angry.
So again, at these birthday parties that we throw, when we get to dancing and gyrating, who is this for? We read David was dancing for the Lord. He danced up out his clothes for the Lord. You see what I'm saying? But who are we dancing? Who are we partying for?
Yeah.
What is it? Who are we celebrating? Right? Go ahead.
Fourth, there was an unrestrained attitude of partying around the golden calf.
An unrestrained attitude of partying. You see that? See, at his feast days, that's restrained. That's governed. That's order. It's supposed to be anyway.
Yeah.
Right? And unrestrained. See that? Go ahead.
Verse 25 presents the shameful truth. The people were running wild. Aaron had let them get out of control, and so they became a laughingstock to their enemies.
Yep.
Details of their behavior are not given, but their actions were unruly, uncivilized, and ungodly.
And that's why Job prepared a sacrifice for his sons. He said they may have sinned. Job knew all of this. Job knew the ways of the customs of the sons of men and how they get down. You see that? That's why he did this, knowing that his sons don't follow the ways of the Most High. And if they up there feasting and drinking 9 times out of 10, they on some follow. That's why he done that. Go ahead.
In turning to a graven image, the people had turned away from the Lord. See Deuteronomy 9 and 16. Even though the golden calf had been billed as the God that they had been following all along, Exodus 32 and 4. The true God cannot be reduced to imagery. The Lord will not share his glory with another.
Key.
Isaiah 42 and 8.
Message. The Lord will not share his glory with another. And that's what you're doing when you celebrate these birthdays. You exalting yourself.
As if you created yourself.
Come on.
You gave yourself life.
Come on, man.
Yeah.
Nah. We're going to look at what the scriptures say about those who exalt themselves and what happens when you take his glory. Like I said, a tenth of it. A dime piece of his glory. You got drama coming, man. Go ahead.
That is why God judged the people of Israel at the foot of Mount Sinai.
That's why he judged. Now, we're gonna put this link in the chat.
In there, it didn't go.
Did you? We're gonna try to get this link in the chat, man.
Yeah.
So y'all can see where we was reading from. But yeah, man, but celebrating birthdays is idolatry, man. That's idolatry.
And if you real with yourself and really think about it, it is.
It is, man.
It really don't take a whole lot to understand it.
That's what we had to do.
It just don't.
We had to be real with ourselves, man. And he had to show us how it is like. That's what it is. You know, folks, like baby said, come and get entitled. Like you, and then when you don't get what you was entitled to, do you feel like you was entitled to get? It's a problem.
It's a problem.
That's idolatry, man. Because when the Most High don't get what he knows and feels like he deserves, we got a problem coming. And the only person we owe anything to on that level is him.
We offer things up to him.
To him. Let's look what happened when you exalt yourself, man. Let's go to Proverbs 19. You put it in there.
I already put it in there.
Let's go to the next one though. Proverbs 17, 19. Proverbs 17, 19. You put in, you sent it to me? All right, let me check it out. Proverbs 17, 19.
Okay.
You shouldn't be exalting yourself, man. This is what happens. This is what scripts say about self-exalt and how you say it?
Exaltation.
That is how you say
I
it.
think so.
This is what happens, man. Go ahead.
He loveth transgression that loveth strife, and he that exalteth his gate seeketh destruction.
See that? When you exalt yourself, man, when you exalt your house, when you exalt your gate, you seek destruction, man. Destruction is coming.
Mm-hmm.
You see that?
Yeah, I don't know why I don't do it on my end.
That's all good. So that was the link. If y'all can see that my wife was reading from. All right, let's keep it moving though. Let's go to Proverbs 25. About exalting yourself, man. About exalting yourself. We're gonna show you, man. Hey, like I said, when you take even a tenth of his glory, you got problems coming. That's why, you know, I talk to my wife all the time about performing and accepting best rap, Hebrew rap of the year and awards and, you know, who's the glory going to? You got to be careful, man.
Yep, be careful with that.
Proverbs
25.
And we're going to do 26 through 27. If you got it, baby, go ahead.
A righteous man falling down before the wicked is as a troubled fountain and a corrupt spring. It is not good to eat much honey. So for men to search their own glory is not glory.
You see that? So for men to search their own glory, that's not glory, man. Let's go look at what happens. Let's go to Numbers. Let's go to Numbers. I always go to this story, man, when glorification is on the table, when self-glorification is on the table. I always think of this, man. I always think of this. Numbers. And that's what you're doing when you celebrating your birthday, man. You putting yourself on that pedestal. Numbers 20. And we're going to do 10 through 13. If you got it, go ahead.
And Moses and Aaron gathered the congregation together before the rock. And he said unto them, Hear now, ye rebels, must we fetch you water out of this rock?
Must we fetch you water out of this rock? Now, if you know the story, the Most High told him to talk to the rock, speak to the rock, right? Go ahead.
And Moses lifted up his hand, and with his rod he smote the rock twice. And the water came out abundantly, and the congregation drank, and their beasts also. So
not only did he transgress the commandment by not talking to it, he struck it. He also said, shall Moses and Aaron, shall we give you water from this rock? Not, shall the Most High God of your fathers give you this water? Now he said, we. Now again, I was talking to my sister. We were talking to sister the other day about this. That may seem small to us, right? And you know, especially out of anger, out of frustration. And we know Moses, being the most humblest man in the scriptures, probably didn't do this intentionally trying to take the glory from the Most High, right? However, he did before the people. You see what I'm saying? And the Most High, what happened? Go ahead.
And the Lord spake unto Moses and Aaron, because ye believed me not, to sanctify me in the eyes of the children of Israel.
You see that? To sanctify me before the eyes of the children of Israel. What do you mean by sanctify me? Shall the Most High give you this water from this rock? That's sanctifying him, letting the people know that the Most High God of your fathers brought this water out of this rock, right? So when you get to talk about this is my day, you telling the people that this, you created this day. You brought forth this day.
Yeah.
You brought forth this month.
Should not get the glory.
Should not get the glory. I came through the womb. Should not get the glory. Come on, man. That's how thin the line is, man. That's how thin this line is, and Satan know that. You see what I'm saying? Go ahead.
Therefore, ye shall not bring this congregation into the land which I have given them.
13.
This is the water of Meribah, because the children of Israel strove with the Lord, and he was sanctified in them.
You see that? So he didn't let Moses go into the land. So us celebrating our birthdays and giving glorification to ourselves, that could potentially X you out for being in the first resurrection. Now you got to sit and wait to the second resurrection and stand in that line.
And your children.
And your children. You see?
Just as the Christmas and the Halloween.
Come on, man.
We do it for the children. I ain't got to celebrate mine, but it's for the kids.
Come on, man. Think about that. Think about that, man. All right. Let's go to the next one. Luke 14:11. Luke 14:11. Luke chapter 14, verse 11. And if you got it, go ahead.
For whosoever exalteth himself shall be abased, and he that humbleth himself shall be exalted.
You see that? Anybody that exalts themselves, man, you're going to be abased, man. You're going to be brought down low. You see that? So, like my others, that's two birds down, the day and self-glorification. Nah, that's two strikes against celebrating birthdays, because that's what goes on, man. And then scriptures, we just read in the scriptures that the scriptures don't support none of that. Right? So now let's look at these zodiac signs. Let's go to Job. Job. I'll show you how, we ain't supposed to be doing this either. These are created entities, man. Created instruments. We should not serve and worship the creation, but in fact, the creator. So we had Job chapter 9, and we're going to do, let me see. 1 through 3.
Then Job answered and said, I know it is so of a truth.
Okay.
But how should man be just with God?
How can we be just with him? Go ahead.
If he will contend with him, he cannot answer him one of 1,000.
See that? Even if we contend with the Most High, we can't answer him. We can't. So it's important that we understand his ways and follow him, because what we're doing is out of line, right? Or skip down to verse 8 and do 8 through 9.
Which alone spreadeth out the heavens and treadeth upon the waves of the sea.
He spreadeth out the heavens and treadeth upon the waters of the sea. What else?
Which maketh Arcturus, Orion, is that right? Orion,
yep.
And
Pleiades,
yep. And the chambers of the south.
So what are these? What is Arcturus and Orion and Pleiades that the Most High makes? These are constellations, right? Pleiades, in fact, is in the constellation Taurus, which is known as what we call Taurus the Bull, right? And if we're not going to get too deep into this, but I put a link in the chat before it even started for more information about these astrologies and how it started and how it came about to this day. You see, but if you go do research on Arcturus, Orion, and in fact Pleiades, these are in fact constellations that the Grecians have personified and are now worshiping. That's why we got our horoscopes today. That's why you got your Tauruses, your Libras, your Cancers, right? Your Geminis, your Leos. And when you go and look into these zodiac signs, these are in fact gods that the ancient people worship. Remember last week when we read the book of Jasher, and Abraham's father had the 12 gods, right? And the other lesser gods. That's in fact what he was worshiping, right? 12 zodiac signs. You see, like I said, we're not gonna get too deep into it, but if you go Google that, man, and study and look into that, you will see that all these zodiac signs trace back to gods, man, right? But we're gonna show you what these stars and these moons was created for. Genesis 1:14 through 9. They wasn't created for us to worship. And that's why in that Jeremiah 10, he say, do not as the heathens, because the heathen are dismayed at the heavens, because the heathens look up and they start worshiping. That's why when we started looking up, we started worshiping, because we doing what they do. All right. So we had Genesis 1:14-9. This is what the stars and the moons and the suns was created for.
And God said, let there be lights in the firmament of the heaven to divide the day from the night. And let them be for signs and for seasons and for days and for years.
Okay.
And let them be for lights in the firmament of the heaven to give light upon the earth. And it was so.
See that? For lights, for signs and for seasons and for days and for years. Right? This is how we keep track of our days and our years. Not to worship them, though. Go ahead.
And Yah made two great lights, the greater light to rule the day and the lesser light to rule the night. He made the stars also. And God set them in the firmament of the heaven to give light upon the earth.
Go ahead.
And to rule over the day and over the night, and to divide the light from darkness. And God saw it was good. And the evening and the morning were the fourth day.
Oh, praise. So that's what that was for, right? They were for us for signs and for seasons and for days, not to worship. Let's go. Deuteronomy 4. And we just got a couple more, y'all. A few more. Deuteronomy 4. And we're going to do verse 1 and we're going to do 16-20.
Now therefore hearken, O Israel, unto the statutes and unto the judgments, which I teach you, for to do them, that ye may live and go in and possess the land which the Lord God of your fathers giveth you.
Now again, learn his statutes and his judgments. And we've been reading that you ain't seen nothing about keep your birthday. Let's go 16-20.
Lest ye corrupt yourselves and make you a graven image, the similitude of any figure, the likeness of male or female, the likeness of any beast that is on the earth, the likeness of any winged fowl that flieth in the air, the likeness of anything that creepeth on the ground, the likeness of any fish that is in the waters beneath the earth.
And see, and that's what the sons of men or the nations of this world have done. They have looked up to the stars and tried to associate the stars with the earth. That's why you got zodiac signs of a bear and crabs and
Jesus fish.
Yeah, the fish and animals, because they try to align spiritual things with earthly things, right? But the only spiritual things that you can align with earthly things is what's in these scriptures. You see that? Anything outside of these scriptures is idolatry. You see what I'm saying? Go ahead.
Unless thou lift up thine eyes unto heaven, and when thou seest the sun and the moon and the stars, even all the host of heaven, shouldest be driven to worship them.
You see that? Should be driven to worship them. The whole host of heaven, the stars, right? Orion, Pleiades, Arcturus, the bear. That's a bear. If you go look it up, that's a bear. You see what I'm saying? And they worship these things, man. The whole Chinese, they hold zodiacs as animals. The year of the dragon, the year of the horse, the year of the snake. You see, this is what the nations do. These aren't our customs, though. Go ahead.
And serve them, which the Lord thy God have divided unto all nations under the whole heaven.
How do you serve them? Well, when you wake up and you read your horoscope, and Taurus the bull tell you to do this, or Libra, the constellation of Libra tell you to do this. So you do it, as opposed to waking up and opening up these scriptures, right? And say, okay, Lord, you guide my path. You see, that's how we serve them. Right when you born, you associate yourself to a zodiac sign, to a god.
Even to finding a mate, a lot of people will be like, "No, I don't get along with Cancers.
Yeah,
you know, I can't. Yes. That's not my soulmate.
Yes,
and put people in them categories.
Come on, man.
You know, this is what you live up to. This is what you got to live up to.
And when you do a little research, you will see that the Greeks aligned their god Artemis to Cancer, because their god Artemis aligned with the spirit of the Cancer, so they say. So when you align yourselves with Leo, right? I'm a Leo. You aligning yourself with the god Apollo. That's what the Greeks and Romans, they align their god Apollo with Leo. You see? So this is how slick Satan is, man. Right? And it comes from us having lack of knowledge. Right?
Verse 20.
Go ahead.
But the Lord hath taken you and brought you forth out of the iron furnace, even out of Egypt, to be unto him a people of inheritance, as ye are to this day.
You see that? We're supposed to be a people of his inheritance, man. We're not supposed to do these customs. Deuteronomy 18. Deuteronomy 18. Deuteronomy 18, and we're going to do 9 through 4.
14.
Huh?
9 through 14.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah, 9 through 14. Let me see. Yes, go ahead and get it.
When thou art come into the land which the Lord thy God giveth thee, thou shalt not learn to do after the abominations of those nations.
Or even through, we can read where the land he scattered us to. Excuse me. Don't do what they do. Go ahead.
There shall not be found among you anyone that maketh his son or his daughter to pass through the fire, or that useth divination, or an observer of times, or an enchanter, or a witch.
That's horoscopes, divinations. Those that soothsayers, those that tell the future. And that's what these horoscopes do for us. I see in your future happiness.
Yeah.
The horoscope of Gemini sees 2 months from now, you will receive a great blessing. That's telling the future, man. Nah. The only future we got is to look forward to is that eastern sky cracking. Right? And having peace in him while we're on this earth. That's it. Go ahead.
Or a charmer or a consulter with familiar spirits.
See that?
Or a wizard.
Those medians. Right? That's what all this, you can roll all this up into that. Zodiac signs, mediums.
That's what they use, don't they?
Yes. Yeah. Psychics. All that, man. All that's rolled up into this. Enchanters, diviners, divinations. Go ahead.
Or wizard or necromancer.
See that?
For all that do these things are an abomination unto the Lord.
All these things are an abomination to the Lord. So no, I'm not a Libra. I'm a servant of the Most High Yah.
That's right.
Come on now.
And because of these abominations, the Lord thy God doth drive them out from before thee.
What verse you in?
Verse 12.
Okay.
Verse 13.
Go ahead.
Thou shalt be perfect with the Lord thy God. For these nations which thou shalt possess.
Message that we shall possess. Go ahead.
Hearken unto the observers of times and unto diviners. But as for thee, the Lord thy God hath not suffered thee to do so.
See, that's what they do, man. That's why these Greeks associate their gods to these stars, because they listen to diviners and necromancers and things of that nature, right? And we being Hellenized fall right along with them. That was in 14. All right, let's go to Leviticus 20. Leviticus 20. And we just gonna do one. Leviticus 26. Hold on, let me make sure that's it.
Looks like it.
Do it. Go ahead, read it.
And the soul that turneth after such as have familiar spirits and after wizards to go a whoring after them, I will even set my face against that soul and will cut him off from among his people.
You see that? That's why ain't nothing changed for us. You see? Because we follow the gods of these horoscopes, man. We follow the gods of these nations. That's why ain't nothing changed for us. When you go read the story of Exodus, man, the Most High visited his people because they started crying out to him. The majority of the nation started crying out to him. The elders and the leaders was like, wait a minute, we tripping. We need to start following the God of our fathers. That's why he came and delivered them. Unless we do that, we prolong it. And the nations know that. The nations know this, man. Psalms 83. The book of Numbers, Balaam, if I ain't mistaken. Is that Numbers? Or is that Judges 1? I know my brother on the chat, that's still on the chat. I know you guys know. with that story of the Balaam, right? When the king of Moab, he told the king of Moab, all you got to do is get them to sin, get them to go against their God, and their covering, their strength is gone. And anytime we indulging in these horoscopes and these zodiac signs, keeping these birthdays, that's like kryptonite to us. Idolatry is like kryptonite to us, man. Last one. Isaiah 47. We're going to do 10 through 15. Isaiah 47. 10 through 15. Let me get that. Start running. All right. You got to go ahead.
For thou hast trusted in thy wickedness. Thou hast said, none seeth me. Thy wisdom and thy knowledge, it hath perverted thee. And thou hast said in thine heart, I am.
See that? You make yourself a god, man. When you celebrating these birthdays, when you putting yourself on this pedestal, when you exalting yourself, you see that? You saying I am, right? You saying you God. Go ahead.
And none else beside me. Therefore shall evil come upon thee. Thou shalt not know from whence it rises. And mischief shall fall upon thee. Thou shalt not be able to put it off. And desolation shall come upon thee suddenly, which thou should not know.
See, you would think that cancer would tell you why we going through what we going through. But now cancer just gonna tell you, the individual, what's good coming to you. You see that? That's why we don't know what's going on, what's coming. We don't know if we coming or going. We don't know where we come from or where we going, because we listening to these zodiac signs. We listening to these false gods that ain't telling us nothing but to keep on indulging in your idolatry. You see that? They're just telling you that you are God. Go ahead.
Stand now with thine enchantments and with the multitude of thy sorceries, wherein thou hast labored from thy youth.
Now he says, stand with those zodiac signs. Stand with those mediums and those enchanters, those diviners, since your youth. And what else?
If so be, thou shalt be able to profit. If so be, thou mayest prevail.
If you can profit, and if you can prevail from the evil that I'm going to bring upon you, if they going to be able to deliver you from this evil that I'm going to bring upon you, go ahead.
Thou art wearied in the multitude of thy counsels.
Thou art wearied in the multitude of thy counsels. Wearied. Still, even though you go read that horoscope every day and it's tell you good things, good tidings is coming, you still wearied. Go ahead.
Let now the astrologers, the stargazers, the monthly
prognosticators,
monthly
prognosticators, just to let that's your horoscope, your month, right? Go ahead.
Stand up and save thee from these things that shall come upon thee.
See that? He said, hey, have them save you. Have Taurus the bull save you. Have the goddess Libra save you. Go ahead.
Behold, they shall be as stubble. The fire shall burn them. They shall not deliver themselves from the power of the flame. There shall not be a coal to warm it, nor fire to sit before it.
Go ahead.
Thus shall they be unto thee, with whom thou hast labored, even thy merchants from thy youth. They shall wander every one to his quarter, none shall save thee.
You see that? None shall save thee. It's vain. They're false. Just like when Abraham put the sacrifice before the gods, they couldn't reach out and eat that. Same way your horoscope. They just scratching your itchy ear. They can't deliver you. So now we shouldn't be worshiping, celebrating birthdays, nor aligning ourselves with these zodiac signs.
And I wonder how many people actually read or pray the Lord's Prayer when he say to give us this day. You know, we acknowledge him, but then we'll go to a horoscope and see what that says. See
that? All praise.
You're doing both. Yeah.
You double-minded.
Yeah.
And that's you unstable in all your ways. You see? I'm telling you, man, Satan has, the Most High has allowed Satan to muddy the waters up real muddy. And I'm telling you, man, we can get caught up in Babylon so unconsciously, and it can feel so right and feel like nothing is wrong, right? Well, however, celebrating birthdays and aligning yourself with these zodiac signs is idolatry, and we need to stop. Bottom line. So that was the lesson. Hope you was edified. Hope it made sense, because he showed us, and we ain't celebrating no birthdays, and we ain't aligning ourselves with no zodiac signs either. We ain't throwing no parties and nah, man, nah. So again, hope this made sense to y'all, man. And shout out to my brother Charles, y'all, for bringing it out first. Like I said, go back and check his lesson out. Go back and look at this, man, just to see why we shouldn't be celebrating these birthdays, man. So I hope y'all had enjoy the rest of y'all Shabbat. Shout out to everybody that was online. Eliyahu, brother Zias. You got the brother Tuvi, Sister Jewel, Zayn, Israel, and everybody else, man, that's on the chat that's listening, that's not in the chat, man. Appreciate y'all, man. Again, enjoy the rest of y'all Shabbat. Shout out to all my saints that's trying to keep this way, trying to walk in this light. Stay strong. And till next time, man. Shalom.
Shalom.
I'm never going back again to a life of sin, 'cause the God that I worship, I believe in him.
Repent and turn back from thy sins. Be ye holy. Do not love this world we in. Full of deception. You know not what you worshiping. Easter is not about Jesus. That's that other guy, my friend. Been lying to us since the beginning. Going to church on Sunday is sinning. Learn not the way of these heathens. Like Thanksgiving and Christmas. Talking about Ishtar and Tammuz. Molech and Baal. Them the gods you been worshiping. Abominations from hell.
I'm never going back again.
Hide thy face from my sins.
To a life of sin.
And blot out all mine iniquities.
'Cause the God that I worship,
created me a clean heart.
I believe
Oh God.
in him.
And renew a right spirit
Never
within me.
going back again to a life of
Cast me
sin.
not away from thy presence.
'Cause the God that I worship,
And take not thy Holy Spirit from me.
I believe in him.
Never going back again to that life of sin. Ripping and running them streets. Loving that world I was in. Idols all up in my heart. I ain't even know my God. Going off my own mind. Thinking that I was God. Yeah, I ain't going back to that pride. I ain't being out proud. Yeah, that's the devil. That's how he got thrown out now. I'm asking God for forgiveness. Please. Praying accept this repentance. Please. Bending my knee, I'm being humble. Begging for strength when I stumble.
I'm never going back again.
Hide thy face from my sins.
To a life of sin.
And blot out all mine iniquities.
'Cause the God that I worship,